She vanished on her way home. For weeks, her family and friends launched a desperate search. First, the police found her phone, holding a chilling final message. They found the truth, a truth nobody could have predicted. This story begins in 2016, in the sprawling suburbs of Arizona. We meet Rachel Moore, a bright-eyed 19-year-old just starting to navigate the complexities of adult life. She had a job, a small apartment, and a circle of friends. From the outside, her life seemed perfectly normal. But beneath the surface, a quiet unease was growing. Rachel felt disconnected, invisible even, to the people she thought were closest to her. A question started to haunt her days and nights. Does anyone truly care about me? This question would soon set in motion a chain of events that would captivate and confuse an entire community. One evening, after finishing her shift at work, Rachel started her usual drive home. But this night would be different. She never made it. The next morning, her car was discovered, abandoned near a gas station just a few miles from her apartment. The driver's side door was slightly ajar, as if someone had left in a hurry. Inside, on the passenger seat, lay her phone. This was the first major clue for the investigators, and it was about to send a shiver down their spines. They powered it on, hoping for any information, a recent call, a location tag, anything. What they found was a text message, the last one Rachel ever sent. It was sent to her best friend, and it read simply, "I think someone is following me." The message was terrifying. It painted a picture of a young woman in fear for her life, stalked by an unknown predator in the dark. The media latched onto the story immediately. 19-year-old vanishes after sending eerie text, the headline screamed. Rachel's photo was everywhere, on the news, on social media, on flyers posted across the state. Her family gave heartbreaking interviews, pleading for her safe return. A community of volunteers organized search parties, combing through the desert terrain, their faces etched with worry and determination. Everyone assumed the worst. The question wasn't if something bad had happened, but how bad. Investigators worked tirelessly, chasing down every possible lead. They started with the most logical place, the security footage from Rachel's apartment complex. They needed to know if the person following her had managed to get inside. The grainy footage showed Rachel's car pulling into the parking lot. She gets out, looking over her shoulder a couple of times, and then walks briskly toward her apartment building. She enters the lobby, gets into the elevator, and then the camera outside her floor shows her walking to her door, fumbling for her keys, and disappearing inside. Crucially, the footage was crystal clear on one point. She was completely alone. No one followed her. No one was lurking in the shadows. This new piece of evidence baffled the police. If she made it home safely, where did she go? And who sent that message from her phone? For 3 long days, the case was at a standstill. The search parties continued. The family's pleas grew more desperate, and the public's fear mounted. Then, a breakthrough came from the tech department. They had been monitoring Rachel's phone for any activity. Suddenly, it pinged. The phone wasn't just on, it was actively charging. And the location signal was strong and stable. It wasn't in a ditch or a remote desert hideout. The phone was inside Rachel's apartment. The very same apartment that had been locked and silent for days. Officers rushed to the scene, a sense of dread hanging in the air. What would they find? They knocked, loudly announcing their presence. No response. With no other choice, they forced the door open. The scene inside was not what they expected. The apartment was tidy, almost serene. And there, sitting calmly on the couch as if she were just watching television, was Rachel Moore. She was alive. She was unharmed. And she was perfectly composed. As the astonished officers tried to make sense of what they were seeing, Rachel confessed to everything. There was no kidnapper. There was no stalker. It was all a lie. She had staged her own disappearance. She had parked her car, left her phone with the staged text message, and then walked back to her apartment through a back entrance, unseen. She had watched the news, followed the social media frenzy, and observed the entire city searching for a girl who was never really lost. Her motive? It was a desperate, misguided social experiment. She wanted to see who truly cared about her. She wanted to know who would drop everything to look for her when she was gone. But in her elaborate plan, there was one devastating detail she had not anticipated, a cruel twist delivered by reality itself. While she was hiding in her apartment, waiting for the panic calls to begin, the world outside simply kept turning. In the first 12 critical hours after she vanished, the period when a missing persons case is most urgent, not a single person had reported her missing. Not her family. Not her friends. Not her co-workers. For 12 hours, the silence she feared was all she got. In her quest to find out if anyone cared, she received the most heartbreaking answer of all. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories. We'll see you in the next video.